When last we left our heroes, Nara the Drow Sorceress, Danir the Catman Wizard, Wolfgang the Angelic Warlock, and Asmo the Fighter of the Future, who is also a snake, flew via Wyvern into the Western Valley. 30 years of river water enriching the land has slowly bloomed this once desert into a relatively verdant plainsland at River's Edge. Seeking safe haven from which they could begin their quest to find the lair of Solomon, the party sought the new home of the lycanthropic tribe of Solitude. In doing so, they fell under attack from a group of mages from the north, who now take up residence with the Lycans in the newly formed town of Covenant. Dissuading any further confrontation, the party reacquainted themselves with Inashuna, or Red Claw, the son of Red Screech, the former leader of the tribe of Solitude. Not all was well in Covenant, though, as the party soon learned of a series of vicious attacks that victimized the town's sorceress inhabitants every full moon. Seeking answers as to the perpetrator of these murders, the party followed Inashuna's son Inaskira out to the Badlands north of town to see what they could find. As Nara examined the shadows, a strange magic seemed to react to her presence. What could this mean? And with the full moon approaching, will our heroes be able to take care of this creature in time? All right. So, you notice that as your shadow interacts with these, like the shadows all around this area, it seems to kind of like nestle like a bit deeper. Like the shadow is, it doesn't look simply like it's casting over landscape. It looks like it's almost a kind of like Vanta black surface itself, like something that is void of light entirely.
That's new.
A little bit.
Is there any kind of check I can do to discern what's happening?
I suppose that could be a Arcana check.
Okay, let's go for that. 17?
As you kind of reach out through your shadow, through your senses, there's definitely been something in this area that has affected these shadows. Best you can guess is that whatever has been hunting or making these attacks in this area, it seems to either live in these shadows or maybe is a part of them itself. There's something about that that's really clinging to your, like, kind of clinging to the back of your mind, that this could be some type of curse or some type of designation for this creature, like something set it here within these shadows.
So, this is like part of something, I think, or is left behind, or whatever is killing everybody. This is definitely part of it.
Well, Monster Hunter, have you seen anything like this before?
Nazma looks up at,
Wolfgang?
Yeah,
Yes.
that guy.
Yeah.
Have I? I mean, I know we made comparisons to what Dupre became last time, but I don't think Wolfgang was part of that.
You can go ahead and give me either a nature check or a Arcana check, with advantage being a monster hunter. Somebody who is specialized in
Excellent.
hunting.
I was hoping.
As soon as Roll20 loads my sheet,
Oh!
I'm I'm angry. I'm angry at Roll20. We're not on speaking
No,
terms.
be on good terms with each other. Forgive
They
them.
made 5
Forgive-
natural ones in a row, Caitlin.
Connor,
Come the
you
fuck
have to
on.
forgive and forget.
No.
Forgive and forget.
No.
It's okay, Connor. Just use your free reroll ticket coupon that Roll20 gave everybody.
Yeah. Here you go, bud. And breathe in and roll.
What kind of check do I need to make again?
Either Arcana or Nature. Thank you for asking me in character voice.
They're both the same. I'll just make an Arcana check.
See?
Soft 20.
There are a number of creatures that have been known to slink in and out of shadows, either forming from them or that reside within them once they find a place that they wish to call home. Given everything that you've learned so far about this creature, you are almost certain, at the very least, that this creature is undead. You're unclear as to, like, there are so many undead creatures that could possibly be, like, that fits under all of these criteria, so you're not, like, 100% certain on exactly which one it is just yet, but this is definitely an undead creature that has some sort of spectral ability to exist within shadows, or at the very least travel through them.
Well, judging from everything I've learned about it so far, it has got to be some kind of undead.
Which would point to something that Solomon made, maybe?
Absolutely. Although, if I've learned anything about powerful beings during this whole journey with all of us together, it's that things can get away from powerful beings and become their own entities. This doesn't fit Solomon's MO.
He does like having a pretty firm grasp on where his creations are.
Nick, in my travels, have we come across anybody who has power similar to Solomon, or is he kind of a one and done in this regard? It's been a while.
I'm going to say that you don't even necessarily need a roll for this. Necromancy is and almost all of you would know this. Actually, I'm guessing all of you would know this because you've all spent time up there. But necromancy is not a frowned upon art up in the north. It's something that they often practice for day-to-day life. You're guessing that anybody that would really devote themselves to learning the art could probably become very powerful and proficient at it. So undead creatures are not specifically all from Solomon, but he just has the ability to create and manipulate them at his whim.
Solomon has the ability to create and manipulate the undead at his will, but he's not the only practitioner.
Aslan looks at everybody.
Even before you guys disappeared, there were a bunch of people training up north. It's been years since then, so all we know is there could be a bunch of acolytes of Solomon who know what Solomon does and just fucking around with stuff for all we know.
Our very first mission involved a necromancer.
That was what was so bizarre about it, if I remember correctly. That and sending a criminal to go fight. That was a weird choice, but hey. Fodder's fodder.
So, but the town is full of mages, right? So, couldn't it be one of them?
I suppose it's...
Inaskira kind of chimes in a little bit. Are you suggesting that Are you suggesting that one of the mages is attacking their own?
Could be.
Maybe not intentionally, but it is a possibility.
Methinks one of the mages might be experimenting with necromancy, and their experiments are getting out of control. There's a chance for that.
That is troubling.
Well,
Yeah, it's getting people murdered, so a little bit.
My question is, why here of all places?
Is there anything special about this area?
To me and my people, not particularly.
Anybody else?
I would not know if this place holds significance to any of the mages of our town.
The druids, at least. What's the complete reverse of a druid? A necromancer.
wonder if
Place
there are
with
any
all the
ley
lo-
lines around here.
Maybe that's what the necromancer or the practitioner's trying to figure out.
Or maybe they're just stupid and made it by mistake.
Asma just snaps his fingers and points.
It's a fair point, too.
Yeah, I think so.
This reeks of
That's
some...
also possible.
I'm still of a mind that it's a guard dog.
For Solomon?
For
Possibly.
someone.
Oh.
If it is a guard dog, what's it guarding?
I don't know.
Connor, did you already have detect magic on out here? You did, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that big
Okay.
bubble is.
I think you're
I'll
the only one who
bubble.
can see that.
Yeah, I can't see that at all.
Oh, then yes, well, no, the camera can see it. Can see the big bubble.
Well,
Huh.
I can't.
Huh, weird.
But yes, I have detect magic on.
And how far away is this from the town again? You said it was like 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's a bit of a hike north. You travel out of the plains lands to where the grass doesn't quite grow as much. It's a bit of a hike. It took you about a half hour or so to get here, at a decent pace, kind of a light jog.
Is there any
Don't see-
way Nar could try and interact with it since it's a shadow thing?
Go for it.
What would I do?
What would you want to do?
Ooh, that's a scary question from a DM. You don't hear anything.
Oh, the wind's howling.
Wind's howling.
Well, let's see.
She'll like crouch down in front of the shadow bit.
Hey, little buddy.
Take out Tango Muerte and kind of like poke at the shadow bit.
Interesting. Okay. Give me a charisma check.
Oh my god, I hope this works. Where's my charisma? There you are. Oh, what? Natural 20, 21! Oh my god!
As you start to poke towards the shadow with Tango Muerte, the sickle sinks in to the ground, into the area that you start to like poke it in, as if there is no resistance at all.
What?
It feels like you're just kind of like dipping it into like the thinnest of liquids. And the shadow itself kind of begins to coat over the blade as you dip it in there. You feel it vibrate slightly. I want you to roll to hit with Tango Muerte.
Oh no! Okay. Let's see. Which one is it? This is the melee one. 14.
You feel it kind of clang against something, and echoing in the distance, you hear
Oh? Hello?
the shadow begins to reject your blade.
Wait, so I clanged against something?
Yeah, it tapped against something, which seemed to startle something as you hear kind of like echoing all around you, just that sound as the
All around
shadow,
us?
Yes, as in kind of like echoing cacophonously against
Oh,
all of
oh,
these
oh.
rocks in this valley that you're
Is
in.
all of us hearing this?
Wolfgang and Denier can give me a perception check, as they are not directly in the valley itself. But to Asmo,
14.
Niskira, and Nara, the sound sounds like it's just bouncing from everywhere.
10.
You said I tapped against something, right?
Yes, you felt like you made contact with something physical. And now the shadow itself is kind of like rejecting your blade and is becoming more of a, it feels like your weapon is kind of phasing back as it's kind of getting like sealed out from the shadow.
She will retract the blade and kind of like pat at it instead.
As you reach towards your shadow, the shadow itself is now like, the ground is now solid where the shadow was. Both Denier and Wolfgang, you can't quite place exactly where that came from. It sounds like it's echoing from, it could be any direction, or, well, not any direction, but it could be anywhere from the east of where you are.
What if I put on my goggles of sea invisibility?
What's the range on those?
Oh, shit.
I'm guessing
Interesting
as with
question,
most
Nick.
things like that, it's probably about 30 feet.
Oh, God. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now. Not Google's, goggles of... Oh.
Forever. Infinity.
It's not... It's not popping up when I'm looking for it. I think this is a...
Either way, you don't see anything within any
Gotcha.
practical range.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Nora's like patting the shadow like, wait, why did you yell?
Inaskira's like kind of taken kind of like a feral battle stance. You can see like claws kind of starting to extend from his fingers. Just not sure what that sound was, but keeping his head on a swivel, and his he seems to be sniffing kind of like profusely at the air, just trying to see if anything on the wind is different.
Man, I definitely hit something down there, and it blurbled very cute.
I heard something. Just didn't quite get a good enough read on it.
We should move then. Fan out.
I guess, but I was about to make another friend.
This thing has been killing children, Nara.
Uh-huh.
We don't do that.
Right. Okay.
Well, I only hope that didn't scare it off.
Let's hope you didn't make it aware either.
I mean,
Right.
it's a little loud, if we're honest with ourselves.
Undead aren't really that intelligent as a rule, but sometimes they have instinctual sort of ways about hunting. If it thinks we're onto it, it might try to move somewhere else.
Mm.
Oh, hold on. Where's the nearest food from this? If it hunts people, specifically, this is the most juicy spot because of everyone in the woods there. I mean, name the nearest place outside from here is a couple days away at best. So I doubt it's gonna go too far away from its main food source.
Wolfgang, Denier, and Nara nature check. There's
Oh.
one thing in his statement that kind of sticks out.
19.
It also only comes out on full moons, so... 6.
17.
Nara and Denier, there's one thing that kind of stuck out to you about Asmo's statement. It doesn't seem to be feeding because it seems to leave all of the meat intact. It just leaves whatever its victim is dead.
Yeah, it's not eating, though.
Hold on.
Out of character, the person who died, was that the body? Was it a mage?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Have all the deaths been mages?
Yes.
So,
Unless what it's consuming isn't flesh.
Asmo snaps his fingers and points right at Denier.
That's my thoughts exactly. No meat eaten, just left to nothing. If this was a lycanthrope,
Asmo gestures.
it would eat the body or at least carry it off somewhere. Here they just left it. They were done with it. You know, a beast doesn't kill for any random reason. They only kill when they need to or they're forced to.
Wolfgang looks down at his cage that's hanging from his waist. It's eating souls.
oh. Yeah,
Mage souls.
that was what that big cannon thing was doing, right?
It was
Okay.
using them as a power source, yeah.
Oh no.
What?
Who knows what something like that is capable of, especially after it's eaten.
How many of them has it eaten lately?
Do we have an exact number?
It's had 5 victims so far.
Wolfgang,
Hmm.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I hope you aren't offended.
Asmo's kind of squatting down, still examining the body, looking up at Wolfgang. Or just kind of examining whatever we're looking at right now, sorry.
That hasn't stopped you before.
No. You had a child with your wife, and she was lycanthropic. And created Elliot. Elliot, a mixture of the lycanthropy and your brand of magic. It's safe to say, with all these mages and lycanthropes living in the same goddamn town, that some fell in love and made a little Elliot of their own. But the ingredients were different. And the outcome, possibly even more different as well. At least that's my theory. And I've been wrong like once, so there's a chance I might be wrong.
Asmo just chuckles to himself, shaking his head at the concept of what he's saying.
And I don't know how you feel about that, but right now, if I take all the ingredients around here right now, those are the ingredients that would make sense for what we're dealing with here. Especially with the full moon.
Hmm.
Wolfgang's eyes narrow and he just sort of looks down and strokes his beard. Not gonna lie. Lycanthropic sorcerer. far as I know, Elliot's the only one that exists, and he's a special case.
Well, it
I'm
looks
not
like
sure.
there might be another one in town.
I'm not sure what someone who doesn't have Elliot's gift, how they would react to, how the curse would react to.
Are we in front of a body? Are we in front of a body right now?
No.
Okay, if we're in front of a body, just look. Well, there you go.
Let's not assume that they have Elliot. If this is the case, what has happened? Let us not assume that Elliot. They're gonna have.
It's
the
not
same attack.
Elliot.
Well, it's not Elliot. First of all, you're not the father, and your wife's not the mother. And if it's a creature and created by two people in this village, and they know it's bad, you think they'd keep it in town?
You don't think Solomon had a kid, right?
He might have not had it,
But
there's nothing
need
to
it?
say that he couldn't bring it back.
No.
So, current working theory is this is some sort of were-wraith.
Oof, that sounds about as bad as it is.
That sounds really fucking cool.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't want to fight it, but that sounds awesome.
It's looking like we might have to. This thing's killing kids. Possibly eating their souls.
Yes, that is bad.
We can't let that stand. We have to do something about it. And it might give us some more insight onto what Solomon's doing out here.
Well, if it's even him, but are there any more questions that we could ask around the town? See if anyone's connected to this?
If you start asking around town, I guarantee anyone who actually knows about it's gonna shut the fuck up real quick.
Or try to leave, like Fezziwig did.
Well, that didn't turn out so great for him. Gestures.
In the long run, but that was a long time coming. An ass-kicking 30 years in the making.
If we ask the guilty, this is a were-wraith created by the villagers accidentally. Guarantee that the Ferents will never admit wrongdoing. So, that's a useless end.
How long ago did the Arcanonate first arrive in the town?
We have been together for about 4 years now.
Have any of the lycanthropes and any of the mages romantically entangled that you know of?
My sister's betrothed is a sorcerer.
What?
It is likely that others have gotten together as well.
Wolfgang's eyes narrow hard.
Have any reported, as was size, any children sired between the two camps?
We've seen the birth of several children in the years that followed.
I'm gonna ask you a very bad question now. Did any of the kids die?
And Asma looks dead ass at him right now.
Aside from the younger that have been killed out this way, there have been complications, certainly, but
Complications?
Asmo was narrowing his eyes because in and out of character. I don't know if I'm going down. I'm chasing down a rabbit hole, but I feel like I'm like I don't know. I feel
Finding
like a
something.
detective. Oh, well, this is an interest. This is something that's there's two separate camps right now, and then there's something that feels like a mixture of the two happening. So I'm like, my brain is.
we have built a town in which we can thrive, but the land itself is still hard and does not always allow for the prospering of all life.
So,
don't make it.
How many have not made it?
In 5 years, it's hard to say. There have been elders who have passed. There have been some who have died on the hunt. There have been some who have died due to accidents, due to disease. It is as with life as
a lot.
with death.
How many of the if there was a Lycan and a mage and they were gonna have a baby, have you had any of their children die?
I tend not to keep track of such morbid things.
That's a shame.
Fair point.
Unpleasant to focus on.
What do you do with your dead?
It depends on the society from which they came. We tend to burn them. Others choose to bury them.
Who chooses to bury?
Mostly the people from the north.
Fuck. I hate getting older. It just means when you're right, it sucks.
Where do they tend to bury the dead?
We have a plot in the forest. A nice glade. It is sanctified and overkept by our people's druids, as well as the more religious of the northern folk.
Do the Northerners have a graveyard?
This is the graveyard.
Is it?
No,
Nah.
the graveyard that I am speaking of.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
we're not
glade.
standing in it. I don't think that shadow could exist on hallowed ground, and moreover, I don't think whoever's or whatever is doing this could enter hallowed ground. It's just not a thing they can do. I think I think that's a dead end.
These questions are beyond me. I am sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
You've been more than helpful. Though I don't think we're going to learn any more standing around here.
Probably not.
Full moon is tomorrow.
So
If
we
I
gotta.
may ask,
Huh?
that sound that echoed about. What caused it?
Oh, I was trying to talk to the little shadow blob that was on the ground, and I poked it with this, and she holds up Tango Muerte, and I kind of hit something. Like, it didn't feel like it was actually ground. It felt like it was kind of like liquid, but not. And then I touched something, and then it blurbled at me. It was kind of cute sounding, but yeah, that was it.
Do you believe that to be the beast?
It's part of it, I think. I think it's some aspect of it, or it is part of it, or it's something that it left. I'm not totally sure, if I'm honest.
If you were able to interact with the creature beyond a full moon,
What was that?
if you were able to interact with the creature beyond the full moon, is
Yeah.
it possible the full moon is not part of...
I mean, could be. It may
The
just
moon.
be. What?
The moon is a symbol of death. Perhaps it just becomes more active when the moon is out.
Or
Maybe
it's
it-
choosing when it's a full moon just to make lichens look bad.
Maybe it becomes corporeal on a full moon.
It could also be because the fact that the young ones tend to come out here as dares during the full moon as a symbol of bravery, I believe. That's what I've heard.
So you
I've
believe
heard-
it needs bait.
We are not using children as bait.
Thank you.
If if they go after people that have sorceress blood, there's enough of us in this group as is to be able to draw it to us.
I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be like appropriate, but I could probably look like one of the kids they'd go after.
Kind of like squints and looks at Wolfgang. Like, oh god, what's he gonna say?
Just like a hard stare before slowly turning away. That could work.
Your methods of hunting are very different from my tribe's.
Well,
But this is a creature that we are not used to hunting. I will defer to your judgment.
trust me, sir. I'm a professional.
My father speaks very highly of you.
How often do people come out this way?
We do not keep track of the comings and goings of all people of the tribe. We only know when a body found. We only know when there's been a victim, when a search party is needed.
And all the bodies, all the victims have been found during either during or shortly after full moons?
Yes.
I'm unsure if the creature is attacking during the full moon or if the creature is just attacking because they're here. That's the biggest part I'm unsure about. It seems like an entity that's merged with Shadow, and it almost feels like a rabbit with burrows all across the area, so to say.
Oh, there's more than one of these?
We heard sounds farther to the east, so either there's multiple of this thing, or it just has multiple entry and exit points, like that bit of shadow right there.
The second one sounds more likely.
Like
If there were more, there would be more victims.
Right, like a rabbit with a den of burrows, able to escape a predator if it needs to.
Well, I guess we'll come back tomorrow then.
That sounds like a plan. Now that we know what we're looking for, I think I can prepare something that will help us.
And I can be the bait.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
If there is anything I or my people can do, I will do my best to make it available, as I'm sure will my father. For now, it is late. I will gladly lead you back to the village. Unless you wish to look here more.
I don't think we're going to learn anything else by standing around here.
Plus, it's probably on alert at this point.
As you wish. I will lead you back.
As Inaskira starts to take full wolf form again and begins to lead you back towards Covenant, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck kind of prickle as you walk away. And take one last glance behind you as you can swear that there is something staring at you from one of the many shadows.
Do I see it?
You can go ahead and give me a perception check with disadvantage.
You're dang right.
Anytime we leave a map and we didn't fight, I think we fucked up somehow.
13.
You can't decipher out of which of the many pools of shadows it could be hiding in. You just feel like you're being watched.
Nara just turns back and goes, "All right, see you tomorrow," and like waves.
You guys make your way back to Covenant. Out front of the forest trail, there's a small guard, like just a couple of tribal-looking security standing out front, each holding a torch. One's very big, very chest-heavy, like rippling muscles on their arms. The other one is smaller, sleeker, more svelte, has a very narrow, angular face. Their eyes kind of like glint in the torchlight, tracking you as you approach. They don't really make much of a move, just give kind of like a curtain nod as you pass. And Inaskira sets you guys up in one of the communal longhouses. Seems to be a place where many people sleep. It's almost kind of like a bunkhouse, like a public bunkhouse. But there's a nice hearth sitting at its center.
Excellent.
Crackling wood fire that distributes heat throughout, because even though the area does have plant life, the desert still gets very cold at night. To some of the northerners who sleep a bit further away from the fire, this is actually more comfortable, but to those that have cold blood or have a more temperate climate sensibility to them, it's nicer to be closer to the fire at night. Is there anything that you guys like to do before slumbering for the evening?
I'm actually going to step away 1 second. I got to go to the bathroom really quick. Might be.
Asmo goes pee.
I mistimed it!
Daenerys going to scribe his new spell into his spell book, and he is going to spend the rest of the evening reading the Sylvan Words of Power with comprehend language on.
All right. Give me an intelligence check with advantage.
Okie doke.
One of the lycanthropes is barking outside my door.
17.
Go check your status on that one. You think with another good study session, you might very well be able to comprehend that language without comprehend languages soon.
Oh, very nice.
Nara's gonna spend some time reading soul bonds.
Sure thing. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
4.
Oh,
Do I need to do an intelligence?
So sad. No.
These are just for people who are reading things. From all the information that you've gleaned from this book, you seem to have come across a series of chapters that either have no merit to what you're trying to find out, or are things that you've already previously learned, and eventually you just kind of give up on reading it for the evening.
Stupid books. I know.
Anybody else have anything they wish to do?
I can't think of anything.
All right, Asmo just... Asmo's an old man. He goes to bed.
He just sits staring at the fire until he passes out.
Oh no, I have become dad.
Dadmo.
Just pulls out his he pulls out his like recliner.
Wolfgang?
a couple of lycanthropes are barking outside my window.
Boof. Boof.
Hey, knock it off out there.
Boof.
People are trying to sleep.
Boof.
I would like to cross-reference what we've learned today with anything in my book and try to see if I can precisely identify what we might be dealing with.
All right.
Or anything similar.
given that you've learned that it can reside within shadow, that that the nature of its attack is through a series of large claws, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Survival check. Here I go. 5.
Trying to cross-reference everything in your book, it's difficult. Like, again, it's not an issue of coming up with something that this could be. The issue is trying to narrow it down at that point from the undead monstrosities that have the capability of doing something like this, and the possibility that there are some that might not even be in this book.
Dang dogs, get out of here! Man, I miss her.
Wow.
That's all I do.
All right. Then the rest of you hunker down and slumber for the evening.
Lani, during the night, Daenerys going to cast Dream, and he's going to keep an eye on the sorcerers in Dragon's Rest, and if nothing happens, he'll just continue to try to push his boundaries of control over the dreamscape.
All right.
Nothing specific.
Roll something for them.
A little summon.
It seems as though their dreams are going unmolested tonight.
Nice.
Very good. Good for them. They sleep well. And you spend the rest of your time in the dreamscape doing your Daenerys dream drop distance thing.
Yep. Basically just training, pushing his abilities further, maybe tailing Phobos for a while just to have a further understanding of exactly how the hierarchy in the dream world works.
All right. It can be difficult at times to track down any specific creature in the dream realm, as the fluidity of dreams and the makeup of the dreamscape is so, like, even now fairly intangible, as it requires a dimension of thinking that you're slowly kind of catching on to some of it, that's kind of needs you to do away with logic, which is something that you are so heavily grounded in terms of your magical studies.
Well, that's what Wolfgang destroys people with facts in that, though.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You all awaken the next day, and there's a bit of a somberness, or kind of a the town seems less lively today, given that they know that tonight is another full moon, and that this is your first real full day here. You're starting to notice a few things that weren't quite as apparent the first day, and that's that it does seem that there is a very heavy tension between some of the mages of the north, the sorcerers of the north, and the lycanthropic people of Solitude. The man, Podrick, seems to not be alone in his suspicion that the lycanthropes themselves are to blame for these attacks. And you're starting to get a stronger feeling of that throughout the day, just based on the looks that people are giving each other, where people decide to sit and eat during meals. They all seem to be very secluded from each other. And granted, given the tribal wear of most of these people, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes whether somebody is a lycanthrope and somebody is a sorcerer, but from what you are able to glean from these people, there certainly aren't a lot of couples between the two tribes.
Aren't a lot, but aren't none.
That depends on roles, honestly. You can go ahead and give me... What would this be? Insight?
Insight?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on kind of a wide scale.
18.
As you're traveling around Nara, getting a read on people throughout, breakfast and whatever morningly activities people start to partake in, you haven't found a single, or at least that you can properly distinguish, a single couple that appears to be of mixed tribe outside of Inaflauna, the daughter of the chief, and her betrothed, whose name I have written somewhere here.
Doran LeBrock.
There we go.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Where is Doran LeBrock, by the way?
Both he and Inaflauna are currently walking through town, holding hands, like making a real show of it too, trying to show up that unity.
Does it look
starting to kind of stroll out into the forest itself, looking like they have, I guess, plans for the day. Sorry, what were you gonna ask?
Oh, I was gonna ask how real their affections looked.
That'd be another insight check.
22.
They both seem very keen on each other.
Okay.
You forgot to do a disadvantage because Nara doesn't know what love is.
Shut up, jerk.
I want to know what love is!
Yeah, the feelings they seem to share for each other do seem to be real. For breakfast, you are all served your choice of... there's this kind of like boiled, like, I guess goulash of berries and herbs. It's kind of like this
Ooh.
minty berry slurry.
Ooh, like a compote or something.
Kinda, yeah.
Delicious.
You imagine if they had access to it, this would be really good on top of some oatmeal. There's also various wild birds' eggs and I guess like venison steaks.
Oh, yes.
And boar bacon.
Yes.
Nara will eat the meat.
Nara consumes meat while
Daenerys
watching the young lovers hold hands.
Well, she's gonna be
Scrutinously.
eyeing everyone. That's gonna basically she's gonna spend all day eyeing everyone.
All right,
But
Nara,
like in as what's the word? Oh my god. Unassumingly as possible.
okay, go ahead and give me a... What would this be? Deception or performance? I'll go with deception. They're both charisma, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
Okay.
As you're just trying to like kind of play it cool.
14.
You weird out Inaflauna and Doran LeBrock a bit as your stares
Been
at
staring at them the most.
Like it's kind of like yeah, you just have this kind of like owl look on your face as you're just like staring at them like a hawk, just watching them, and they... Okay, we're just gonna go out into the woods then.
Wait, into the woods?
Yeah, they're walking into the woods.
Huh.
Into the woods, it's time to
How
go.
about that?
Hate to leave, they have to though. Into the woods, they're being watched by a drow named Nara.
Yeah, correct. Huh.
I'm just imagining them. They just start. There's a million things to imagine right now.
But yes, Nara's just gonna be like watching how the town works, who's going where, who's doing what.
All right.
Asmo's going to be looking with his eye as well at everybody in this town.
Trying to spot
magical-
any particular illusions.
Well, the thing is, a lot of them are going to look very similar, but he's trying to look for any deviation right now in the middle of town as everyone's walking around to and fro. He's just trying to see if the magical eye he was gifted can, like, see through this, whatever this is.
The eye that was gifted to you from the dead would-be usurper to Needhog's throne, Therodok Firefang, whose eye is currently in your socket. You are able... Yeah.
That guy had a name?
He did. In fact, you guys had met him previously.
I know, I'm just joking, I'm joking.
You... it allows you to see through magical illusions, which there does not appear to be anything in particular that sticks out, but go ahead and give me a perception check.
A perception check, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
24.
Yeah, nobody seems to be really hiding anything or masking anything with illusions specifically.
Specifically, he says.
Now, do they look different to me? With looking with the magical eye? Do the mages and the lichens, do they look like, do they have a separate, are they different color coded?
Again, the eye itself only allows you to see through illusions. So
Okay, fair enough,
to your
fair enough.
eye, they look about as they would normally.
Okay, well.
I'm gonna use some detect magic.
If you would like
And-
to use the spell, go for it.
Yes, I am going to do it. You need me to pop it in?
Yeah, I don't need you to, just as long as you're keeping track of it.
Yep. And just be watching everyone quietly.
Detect magic lasts how long?
I think it's an hour,
Okay.
but let me double check. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, up to 10 minutes.
All right. At what point in the day would you use this?
Great question. I would use it. Well, we don't leave until the evening, correct?
Yes. Or at least
So-
I'm guessing that's your plan. I don't know. You guys can leave whenever the hell you want. It's not up to me.
Yeah, I would say like mid-afternoon.
Okay. Any particular circumstance?
Whenever it's the height of everyone bustling around, like it seems like the town is fully awake and functional and everyone's out and doing things and being seen by each other, then she would turn on detect magic when it seems like most of the townsfolk are out and about.
All right. With no shock to you, it appears as though the sorcerers are often using magic for little mundane things. A couple of them might take out a cup, pour some liquid into it, and heat it with their innate magical abilities, usually through some form of either thaumaturgical means or prestidigitational means to alter whatever it is that they plan to be drinking or consuming. Give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. 26.
Ooh.
One thing that catches your eye, actually this would be both you and Asmo, since Asmo's looking through illusions. The old town drunk Podrick, who was the one making a scene yesterday about the deaths via lycanthropes, who he believes to be the cause. Nara, you notice that he is using a spell to try to mask something that he is carrying, and Asmo, you notice that this man is carrying a bunch of weapons with him as he's very cagily making his way out of town.
Out of town, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Nara will dart her eyes over at Asmo and then look back at Podrick and then back to him and jerk her head to be like,
Think we should go?
Yeah, we should tell the others, or should it just be us two?
Maybe let him know we're heading out, but I don't really want to dally for long if he's gonna slip out.
Move. All right, let's move.
Okay.
and then if we
Do I
spot-
see the other two on our way there?
Wolfgang
or Daenerys?
and Wolfgang, what have you guys been up to? You haven't really stated
Daenerys-
what you've been doing for the day.
Go ahead, Connor.
Go ahead. Oh. Wolfgang would have been talking to people, especially families, saying if you or your children are mages, stay inside tonight.
All right,
He would basically just be going around door to door, just letting people know, hey, we're expecting trouble tonight, and we're gonna go deal with it. Just keep your children and yourselves safe.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Oh, good. Natural 20.
Oh my
I was
god!
gonna say you're a Asimir warlock. You're a charisma caster. I was hoping that'd be all right.
I'm not trained in persuasion, but yes.
That's fine. Yeah. Not only do your words seem to hold the proper amount of warning to everybody that you deliver it to, but you actually seem to give a lot of the people that you talk to hope. They look at you. You're a fresh face. You're somebody who is neither sorcerer nor lycanthrope. They believe your words, and one of the between the families, you are gifted about 250 gold in your efforts.
Oh shit.
God.
Let's fucking go.
He's like, you're in danger. They're like, here's $50. Thanks.
Have some money. Dosh, grab it while you can, lads.
Yeah,
Excellent.
one of the families in particular seemed to come from a decent amount of money from back north. They had moved a lot of stuff with them, so in an effort to better make sure that this job gets done, to make sure you have proper resources, they wanted to make sure that you were not only compensated for this, but given some money to prepare for whatever efforts you might be focusing on.
Well, shucks.
Got to reward Connor whenever he gets a nat 20 on roll 20. It's such a rare card.
It's true. He needs positive reinforcement to stay.
Denier, what were you up to?
Denier would have been working on rapport with the sorcerers, basically trying to find out, what everybody's specialty is, making small talk, even going as far as trying to get tips on from potentially more experienced sorcerers about messing with meta magic and doing strange things with magics. And generally trying to gather information from them, learn who specializes in what, and using his knowledge of the North to aid in him with telling little stories from back when he was studying up north, when he was traveling through the North, to help him out with that.
All right, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll as well there, Denier.
Okie doke. Let's see. Persuasion. 21.
Ooh,
Solid rolls here tonight.
I know.
So you come to learn that not many of these people really have, quote unquote, a specialization as while for the last X amount of years since they left the North, they've been able to freely explore exactly what it is their abilities can do. it's still something that nobody has been able to kind of like teach them. So they're still kind of learning it on their own. Some of them seem to be far more adept at figuring out the depths of their abilities than others. These people usually become teachers in terms of teaching people how to control their abilities. One thing that you were surprised to learn is that none of these people have had any sort of episode where their magic has gone completely out of control and caused an incident so far. So far as they've been able to see, anyway.
They haven't had wild magic surges.
Yeah, it seems that nobody has surged to the point that they went nuclear.
Interesting. And I take it that they're all wild magic sorcerers and not a different type of sorcerer?
As far as you can tell, yeah. It appears to be the town's consistency in terms of like who came from the north appear to be mostly half-elf, but some human.
Mm-hmm. I would say, I would mention in passing how there is a sorcerer's school. Granted, it's in Dragon's Rest, but there are still schools out there for those trying to further their knowledge.
Nobody seems to have any interest in traveling back across the mountains. Not only is there a massive fuck-off dragon that seems to want to consume anything in that territory, but
Yeah.
Nothing in the east right now seems to be very fun or conducive towards living.
Especially with the fact that, sorcerers are getting turned into demons over there. And there hasn't been any kind of hint that sorcerers have been turning into demons over here.
Far as you can tell, no. What information you were able to gather is the quote unquote plague that pushed them out of the Northlands. It was turning a lot of the mundanes, the people that didn't have magic running through their blood already, kind of turning them into demonic monstrosities, things that had neither minds of their own, or if they did have minds of their own, they became so twisted that they are basically inhuman. You learn a lot of the horror that happened in terms of their escape and subsequent travels through the deep, dark caves beneath the mountains in order to avoid the dragon.
And Denier would share his stories traveling through those same caves whenever he was trying to go west and the kind of things that he ran across.
Basically, they only survived due to being able to huddle together, lost many of their own kinds, and often had arguments amongst themselves as to, who should be leading, who shouldn't be. And by the time they made it to these desert sands, so many of them had been, frayed and shook and just changed by this whole endeavor. Many of them are entirely different people from who they were when they were traveling this way before. And once again, you get a feeling of that unrest, is that even now with, their people, especially their young, being killed, there's this mounting sense of unrest that if something isn't done about this soon, if the culprit isn't brought forward, they may have to take actions into their own hands, and they do believe themselves to be powerful enough to do so.
Mm-hmm. He'll try, at the very least, during the conversations and the talks, he'll try to quell those feelings. Basically, letting them know that, there is somebody that is familiar with the skill set of the arcane innate that's actually looking into it on their behalf.
All right, go ahead and give me another persuasion check to try to dissuade civil war.
Okay. 6.
Oh boy.
You're a fucking animal man to them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take your word
Wow.
that far.
That's
cat.
fucking
Rude.
racist.
No, kitty,
Hey,
it's my
hey.
pot pie.
A little.
Yeah, fair enough. And that would pretty much be everything that Denier would try to do. He'd try to calm people down, learn what he can, and, once people started turning on him a little bit, he'd kind of fade into the background.
All right, as you are shooed out of yet another family's house, and Wolfgang is walking out of a house with a big sack of gold.
Wow.
Let me tell you, these people are real receptive. Usually I'd have to go around paying people to stay in houses whenever monsters were running around.
Wow.
Asmo and Nara, at this point, you would notice them.
Hey! Azo,
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey. And Azo gestures to the way Nara's pointing.
But discreetly, like in front of her chest, body kind of blocking her hand.
We need to go follow that guy like right now, so we're gonna go. Okay, bye.
And then starts slinking off towards that direction, sneaking behind.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
follow
mean-
her to make sure
Go
she
ahead and
gets
give me a
back.
Stealth.
It's, do what?
Stealth if you are sneaking to try to track him.
Yes.
Sneak.
All right, Stealth, don't fail me now. Natural 20! 22!
Somehow,
suspicious.
the
Don't be.
ebon-skinned elf in pure sunlight manages to disappear entirely.
Vanish.
I'm good at my job.
Yes, slinking through the forest, you're able to hide within like the shadows of the trees and, behind trees, sneaking through underbrush and the like as you attempt to keep track of Podrick, who has no idea that you're there. Asmo, are you doing the same?
Yep.
Stealth.
I would like to use Nara's Nat 20.
I wish I could do that for you.
Jan can shoot! Natural 20.
Oh my god!
And as Asmo
What?
says, I'm gonna do the same.
What?
Poof! Like ninja vanish the both of them. They have both ninja vanished and
No,
are
myself and
gone.
me and Nara are going through the camp right now, like John Ralphio and his sister. Don't be suspicious.
Suspicious? Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
And it's absolutely working despite what I want to say.
I know.
We're not actually doing that.
Wolfgang and Denier, they just like say, that guy's up to some shit, and poof, ninja vanish, taking off behind. For a moment, you kind of caught out of the corner of your eye that they were pointing at Podrick, who was holding what appeared to be like a bundle of what could be firewood under his arm, to the naked eye, off into the forest.
The naked eye, he says.
Hmm.
I can't believe two nat 20s. I can't.
Wolfgang just sort of looks over towards Denier, still holding his sack of gold. Should we try to follow them?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Denier's got that really fake customer support smile on his face that he hasn't pulled off yet from talking to these people.
All right.
And he's going to stealth after him.
Go ahead and give me another stealth. Let's keep that train a-rolling.
Nat 1.
Oh my god! No.
All right, let's do it. You immediately turn and start walking, and bam, you run straight into a mage who is just carrying a pile of brass plates and glass, and it immediately topples over as you trip over them. It shatters everywhere, and immediately everyone is staring at you.
Can one of the plates be constantly rolling? You know that thing where it just keeps going in a circle?
It's absolutely wobbling on a stone right now, just making as much noise as it can. As the person you bumped into and like tripped over turns, "You broke my plates! You owe me so much money, cat!"
Oh my god.
The cat owes me so much money!
You owe me so much money for everything. I blew this glass myself, and now it is broken, and you've tarnished my plates. You have ruined my wares.
Daenerys will stay behind while Wolf.
Look at this cat. This is the face of a man who does not understand a day's work.
That fake smile gets bigger. His eye starts twitching.
The good old Wama Wink smile.
Oh.
And he will stay behind and let Wolfgang go forward while he picks up each plate, presentations it, cleans it, and attempts to do right by these people while slowly and very slowly the desire to fireball this damn town begins to creep forward.
Oh my god.
Everybody shame this cat with me. Shame. Shame. Shame.
Oh boy.
A few others begin to join in.
Oh
as
my
you're cleaning the plates.
Oh my god.
Wolfgang, are you attempting to stealth after Podrick as well?
Be careful, you're gonna fall in the fucking soup and spill it all over.
Wolfgang's just gonna look at this huge mess that just suddenly sprung up, look at where they might have gone,
Oh god.
and just be like, oh fuck, I don't have time for this. And he's just going to hand the 250 gold that he just got over to this dude. I should cover it.
Man looks down at the gold, looks back at you.
You, sir, are a kind man.
Oh no.
You are very kind. I'm incredibly grateful. Please take
I
as
start
much
walking
of it
away.
as you want. Take as many of these as you want from the filthy cat.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
I grab Daenerys by the wrist and I start leading him away.
As Daenerys being
Goodbye,
led away,
generous sir. Goodbye, shame cat.
as Daenerys being led away, he just grins at the man. I hope you have pleasant dreams tonight.
Oh my god.
It will be on top of a pile of money.
Wow.
Back down to this number.
Aw, poor buddy.
Yep. And I will just, not even attempting to stealth at this point, just walking after where he thinks they might have gone.
All right, that'll be a survival check to track Podrick.
Okay. 12. See, this is what Roll20 does. This is what Roll20 does. It butters you up with 2 nat 20s in a row and then fucks you.
Well, luckily, Podrick is, 1, an alcoholic, and 2, not very good at covering his tracks, so it's pretty easy for you to follow where he was going.
Just one last thing. Podrick was a lycanthrope, right?
No, he is
Mage.
a mage.
He is a sorcerer. Okay. I got that completely messed around then. All right.
1 second.
Asmo and Nara, you're able to. You're going to be kind of like first on the scene when it comes to Podrick here, who kind of starts setting himself up kind of at the edge of a glade. The illusion around the pile of logs he was carrying under his arm seems to dissipate as he sets them down, where you now notice a kind of a compact bow, a quiver, sword and dagger both sheathed. He pulls up the bow and he starts looking, and you can kind of see him, like, from the angle you're at, he's glancing into this glade.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me perception checks if you would
Okay.
so kindly.
17.
17 for Nara.
Oh, you want me to go for it as well? Okay.
If you would like to.
Yes. 26.
Wow.
26 for Asmo.
You're far too kind to me today. This is being far too kind to me.
Asmo just has
Just accept.
a better angle.
Don't worry, it's
on
getting
this.
balanced out.
Asmo has a better angle on it, but you can both see that the person, like the people he was tracking, seems to be Ina Flauna and Doran LeBrock. But Asmo, you notice specifically that the arrows that he's kind of like pulling up appear to be laced with something. They are covered in kind of a slick, almost kind of gelatin-like oil at their tip.
He's got something on his arrowheads.
Wait, what?
As he notches 2 arrows, which I guess he seems comfortable enough to try to take a 2-shot. He starts to draw the bow back.
Wait. He's aiming at where?
Ina Flauna and Doran LeBrock, who are currently just kind of sitting and picnicking in a meadow, like a glade in the middle of the forest.
Nara's gonna
To do something, do it quickly.
Tango
He's taking
Muerte
aim.
that bow. Like take the
Is attack?
something.
I think attacking a weapon is a feat, isn't it?
Oh, well,
You can attempt to disarm somebody as an. It's complicated.
well then I'll go for his hands.
Well, you're just going to be attacking with Tango Muerte at that point.
I will, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go for some kind of injury that's gonna make him not shoot them.
All right. Nara is going to attack. Roll to hit.
I don't know what to do.
Too bad.
Oh.
Nat 1, I
See?
got a 12.
See?
You,
See?
in a moment of panic, you throw Tango Muerte and just kind of embeds itself in a tree. It is now stuck in a tree.
Oh, thank God.
Asmo, is there anything that you'd like to do before he looses these arrows?
Shit.
I don't know. Okay, out of character. I don't know if him firing at absolutely nothing is a bad thing right now. That's
He's
kind
not
of my.
firing at nothing.
He is-
No, he's
firing at Ina
aiming
Flauna
at-
and Doran LeBrock.
I completely missed that part. I thought it was just a declaring shooting at nothing.
No!
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I missed the part where he was targeting other people. I
Stop
apologize.
them!
Shit. Okay, sorry. One sec. I thought we were just observing him. Fuck.
Nope.
Oh. Okay, so hold on. Well, I pretty much kabuto.
You're gonna throw Kabuto at him?
Yes, I am.
All right.
The ice.
Roll Kabuto.
I would also like to use up one of my uses of fighting spirit to roll with advantage.
Go for it.
Oh, this is not in battle. Can I use it outside of battle?
Absolutely. You're rolling to hit.
Beautiful.
You're essentially in battle.
Alrighty, beautiful. Then I'm gonna roll a hit with this bad
Oh,
boy.
buddy.
21, all
my
the same.
21 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
11. Ooh. Psh.
I don't know why it's coming across as 0 cold.
It actually says 0 on the 0 cold damage on the actual item in my
It's fucking
inventory.
weird. Roll a d6 to add cold.
Okay. Roll 1d6. Jenkins shoot 1.
All right.
Nice.
That's 12 damage.
How did I
Check his stats here.
Oh, God. I hope he's not a commoner.
He very much is a level 1 sorcerer. And
Well-
as the icy blade shoots forth from your, as you throw the glaive forward, it kind of hooks around, and as he pulls back the bowstring, it beds himself in his back,
Oh.
and he falls forward And here's where we'll take a quick break. Hey guys, Lani here. I just wanted to thank you for rolling with us. And if you wanted to catch us live, you can do so almost every Monday at 5 o'clock Central Time over on twitch.tv/Lanipator. Now, back to the show. Podrick slumps down to the ground, a big icy dagger sticking out of his back. It doesn't take much time. Like the rustling in the bush seems to catch both Ina Flauna and Doran LeBrock's attention. From the distance, you can kind of hear the mutterings of, "What was that? Did you hear that? What's going? Is it an animal?" As they get up to move over to try to investigate.
Shit, what do we do?
Nara runs forward and pops up out of the bush.
Hey!
Asmo stays hidden.
Wolfgang, at this point, you kind of arrive. You're not in direct eye shot, but you do see Nara standing in front of a body sticking out of a bush. It's not her weapon sticking out of its back. That is the form of Kabuto.
Nara
There's definitely a body behind Nara.
Nara is very, like, keeping her upper half still and using her legs to, like, kick at Asmo to, like, motion him towards the body, like, fucking deal with that shit!
As you pop
What are you
up out of
gonna
the
do?
as you pop up out of the bush, Doran, who is kind of like taking the lead in investigating what the sound was, immediately, like, you startle the shit out of him. Go! Hi! What are you doing? Have you been spying on us?
Well, a little bit, but you guys are fine. It's not really you that I was worried about.
She'll, like, check down. And, like,
Asmo,
look at...
what are you doing in the meanwhile?
I'm checking to see if we killed that dude.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check if you want to remain hidden.
I want to remain hidden right now. This might help us out. All right. Stealth check.
Yep.
13?
Neither of them appear to notice you at a 13 as you're kind of like crawling towards the body. Wolfgang, I'm guessing at this point, Wolfgang, is your passive perception above a 13?
Nope.
All right, then go ahead and give me a perception check, because right now the sight that you're seeing before you is confusing.
Hey, that's a 14.
And you see Asmo just slowly kind of like prone crawling his way towards the body and Nara.
So you see, I was following someone out here, and it looked like they were gonna hurt you guys. So, we stopped him. So everything's fine.
Hold on. What do you mean?
I'm rushing over.
What? Someone was going to... Okay, Wolfgang, at this point, you become immediately apparent. Do you avoid stepping on Asmo?
Oh my god.
I mean, I have to ask, because that's a straight line.
I'll leap over him if I can. I'm just not even trying to stay quiet about this at all.
Yeah, you avoid stepping on Asmo.
Thank you.
And you make it over to Nara and the body of Podrick.
Fuck.
Wait. You weren't trying to hurt us. Wait, what?
Oh, not... Wolfgang, can you help out with the...
And she, like, looks down.
I'm trying. I'm going to use the use of my healing light to heal for 1d6.
Go ahead and give me a medicine check while you're at it.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Let's see. If
20.
You made it in time to save this man's life.
Oh my
Okay. I heal him for 1d6.
Thank God.
Oh my
I heal for
god,
6.
thank goodness.
His back immediately arches.
Does he have...
roll and scream in agony?
I fucking pull the dagger out of him.
Nara's like manically staring at Doran and
I forgot
Ina.
about I'll apply more healing as needed, but I'm not gentle about it.
Fingers steepled together like, you're safe, and we're
I got him.
figure out. Yeah. And just like smiles and looks down at Podrick.
What is going on back there? As Doran gets closer, he sees Podrick just kind of like rolling on the ground. Now the scene is made a bit more clear as the bow and 2 arrows that were notched are also on the ground, kind of at his side, as well as a dagger and a sword. Podrick, what is the meaning of this? Still in agony.
Alright. Still looking at Doran, and Inaflauna like walks over to the tree and like feels around and yanks Tango Muerte out of the tree.
Sure enough, the blade is sharp enough that you can just like pull it right free.
I'll heal him for another d6 just so he shuts up.
All right.
When
the frostbite on his back begins to kind of like subside, and he just like he stops screaming and writhing, but he's still like, I thought.
I'm going to, before he calms down completely, I'm gonna yank his hands behind his back and tie him up with rope. You're a very lucky man, Podrick. Lucky and stupid.
Well, let's just say his luck might be getting much worse, because we saw this guy pull out 2 arrows and point them at those 2.
Podrick, what is the meaning of this? I wasn't going to kill you. I was just gonna...
Oh no, we're gonna point 2 arrows at both of them just for a joke, a laugh, a giggle, and Asma pulls the blade out of him for a giggle.
I already did.
Oh, you did?
Dang
Dang
the blade's already at him. You pick it back up.
Oh, dang. Shit. Okay.
They were just gonna put him to sleep. I was gonna hide him, and I was gonna force them to take action on what was happening. I didn't want to hurt nobody.
You really should not use arrows then.
It's just a sleeping toxin. I wasn't.
Nara, you know poisons. Can you check to see if he's telling the truth at least?
Yeah.
She'll go over and grab one of the arrows and give it a look, give it a sniff.
That'll be a medicine check with advantage. Or a survival.
19.
What the fuck?
Sure enough, as you sniff it, as you kind of like work it between your fingers, dab a little on your tongue, a numbing sensation kind of takes over your tongue a little bit. Not like you only taste it to the point where, you know, it's not like your entire mouth is full of Novocaine.
Yeah, spits it out.
The part that you dabbed is kind of losing sensation. He appears to be telling the truth. This is not a killing poison. This is somewhat of like a tranquilizing poison.
Yep, nope, he's right. But, what was the point of this?
I wanted them to take action I thought if they thought that... If the chief thought one of his own was in danger, he'd finally take it serious.
Well, we're here. We're gonna take it serious.
Goddamn it, Podrick, he has taken action. Like I said, I'm gonna take care of it.
He seems to clam up.
You're a fucking bloody idiot.
What else is new?
Oh, that could have made today a lot more complicated.
You two might want to run along.
Enaflauna like runs up and kind of grabs Doran's hand. Yes, come on, Doran. Let's go back to the village. Well, hold. I'll finish this conversation later. Thank you. And he looks at you, Nara, and at you, Wolfgang, and then down towards Asmo. All of you. And they head back to the village.
Just nod at him. All right, Podrick.
Just do what you will with me. I don't care anymore.
What?
There's nobody else working with you, is there?
I'm all I've got. I'm not the only one
Unfortunately.
that feels this way.
You said you're not the only one who feels that way?
No. Of course I'm not. I ain't the only one that's lost a child.
The other families I've talked to, they're hurting. They all are. They're scared. And they're getting desperate. And I say that pointedly, looking down at him. Which is why it's imperative that we get this taken care of. And soon.
They're getting ready to go to war, and they think they can win.
What would you do if your children kept dying?
Oh, lots of murder.
So you do know.
Yeah. But that was always kind of an option for me, so I'm kind of a bad choice about that.
Or maybe you're just more in tune with how the world works.
I'm gonna go with a strong no on that.
No.
Shut up, Wolfgang.
Hey, where's Denier, by the way?
Daenerys a ways off, leaning against a tree. That smile's gone. He has a "I'm done with this" look on his face.
Well, you said we needed... Is it always young mages that get killed? Or just a mage?
It tends to be young mages.
Alright.
You plan on feeding me to the beast?
What? No.
No. We do need to figure out what to do with you. We can't just overlook something like this.
Well, we could take him back into town and let them figure it out.
If you're so sure that you have the beast, and where it is, and that you're going to get it, I'd like to get it too.
Oh?
Even if it kills me, I don't... It killed my boy. I'm not saying you should forgive the choices that I've made today. Nor that I shouldn't face whatever justice these animals would do. I just want to see the thing that killed my boy, and I want to put an arrow in its eyes.
That does sound really cool. But I need you to keep one thing in mind if you're going to sign up to be bait. You can't try to get yourself killed because you're sad. Okay?
Why would I try to get myself killed?
I don't know. You seem like you're not really, what are the words?
There's a difference between being suicidal And not
having
caring
nothing-
if you live or die.
And having nothing left to lose.
Right. Okay.
So, you want to help?
Aye.
How bad?
Enough that I'm willing to shoot 2 innocents to do so.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
Yeah.
Asmon just turns to Wolfgang.
If we were looking for bait.
Nora pouts a little bit.
I was gonna be the bait.
You could both be bait.
Yes.
Damn it. Damn it all.
You said.
What? Wolfgang, what's going on?
Let's just say I understand. I'll undo his bindings.
Aye.
Where are you gonna run to anyways?
Congratulations, Podrick. I hereby name you an honorary temporary member of the Kylum Diaboli.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but okay.
Ah, congratulations. That's gonna be great
Nice.
for you.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, for
It is.
Wolfgang and his friends.
And it-
That's the thing.
And it can be. If you've got nothing left to live for, and if you make it out of this, you might try your luck heading towards Dragon's Rest and joining up with them proper. See if we can make you a genuine monster hunter.
I'll put thought into it.
It's his secret club.
It's not secret. It's government sanctioned, for God's sakes, Nora.
Oh, I don't know about any of that. I just knew you had a clubhouse.
Right. So, I think I have a plan.
Do tell.
I can create an area that it can't enter, and its influence will be lessened with inside it as well. Our bait can stand within it without fear of being attacked or manipulated. I'd need to set it up relatively soon, though. And you might be standing around for a while.
And then we should get moving, yeah?
What's the position of the sun right now?
He loves you.
I like that.
That's great.
At the moment, you're kind of late afternoon, early evening.
We don't have long before the nighttime falls.
I'm not sure when exactly it strikes, but the circle should last for a while. This is going to require patience.
That sounds awful.
Well, it'll be worth it. In a lot of ways.
Do I get to keep the shadow monster? Oh, wait, no, that's bad. Never
No,
mind.
we're killing it.
Ah, fuck.
The question is,
Above game, I think we mentioned this maybe last week, but was the whatever it is, was it killing inside the village itself within the trees?
Doesn't seem to have.
Okay, so that means so this is we can probably do it in character. Just wanted that clarification.
Maybe,
So-
provided we haven't scared it off, we could go to the place we went to yesterday. I set up my magic circle. Our bait stands within it. And then comes the long wait.
now also, tonight, I think we should advise everyone in village to lock down all the youngins.
Took care of it already.
Oh, you perfect.
Of course he did. Goody two
I've done this before. I haven't done a genuine...
with your secret
genuine-
club.
I haven't done a genuine monster hunt in... It feels like forever.
You get badges every time you catch a monster.
You get a badge when you join the Kylo.
I knew it.
Are they fancy?
They're silver.
Wait, why don't I get one?
Sounds
Because you're not a member of my secret club, Nara.
You only get.
I've
You
been
only,
to your clubhouse. That's rude.
you only get the patch if you know how to spell the name.
Asmo says, walking past them.
Xylem. C. A. Xylem.
I'm going to
C-A-
imagine you
He
saying
just
this
turns.
as you're
He
walking.
just turns towards Podrick.
L. U. M. D-I-A. B-O-L-I.
Congratulations.
I get a badge.
I cast prestidigitation to make a badge. And I pin it to her collar on her outfit, and then it immediately dissipates.
Wolfgang.
There you go. I gave you a badge.
Gone.
Didn't say it was gonna stick around. I just said I'd give it to you.
I'm gonna get one. Someday, somehow, I'm getting one of those badges.
You're not allowed to take it from another Kylam Diaboli member.
Is this how you
Well,
always
that makes
operate?
it more complicated.
No, it's
doesn't
not.
it?
Well, with her it is. Just... Look, I'll show you what to do.
All right.
And don't worry, I've been doing this pretty much my whole life. If things get dicey, I'll protect you.
All right then.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
So you guys head off
And-
towards the Badlands.
I suppose we do.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. You begin the march back to the land that you found yourself in last night. You're able to make it there as the sun is starting to dip down into the horizon.
Undead. Shadow. Been trying to think of what brand of magic we have that'll work aside from Wolfgang's.
I mean, I said hi to it yesterday, and I said bye, which none of you did, which I thought was kind of rude, but...
We're going to
Maybe
say
they'll
bye
be
to
my
it tonight.
friend. Well...
No.
Oh, you mean in the die way.
Yes, I do. For God's sake, Nara, we're about going to kill it.
Fine, 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 fine.
I wasn't asking permission.
Oh, well, whatever.
Once again.
So
you
I'm going to
guys
start
find
drawing my
yourself-
circle.
All right, where at?
Oh God. That's Revivify. There we go. It is a 10-foot radius square. So anywhere that is big enough for yeah, I'd say around right here is good. Where I've drawn with my ruler.
10-foot radius. That would be.
Or
Yeah, a bit larger.
yeah.
So you want to put it up here where there is limited amount of shadow?
Oh. No, it was down here. We should make it down here.
I'm just trying to figure out where would be good that there is shadow, but I could still fit the circle in.
But this is 100% where one of the burrows are, though.
Mm-hmm. There's shadow over here, I guess, unless that's not accurate to what's happening.
Sure, feel free to move yourself around and I can reveal more area as you do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Daenerys made armored. Just to reiterate it.
Hmm?
Hop down.
Oh, do we have our 10 hit points, Connor?
Yes, you do.
Okay, great.
Get those at the start of at the end of a
Every
long
day?
rest. Yep, every day.
And it's 11, right? Or was it? Did it change?
It's 11.
Okay,
It's 17. It's 17 for me.
that's right.
Over here might work.
Just
There's a
hands
bush
sticking
in the
out.
way, but
It's a rock.
there's a rock in the way, but
That should be fine.
Yeah.
The circle goes around it, right?
yeah, the circle just goes around it.
All right. That's about right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right. I will pull out some holy water after I finish drawing the circle in the dirt with my knife, carving in the specific magical runage, and then I drop the holy water into the center of it and it spreads out, and I create a magic circle.
All right. What creatures are you?
Oh Lord.
First of all, are you trying to keep them in or out?
I am trying to keep them out.
Okay. And the type of creature you specify is
Undead.
a very wise choice, given what you have come to conclude is the creature. As you cast this, as you cast this spell, and as the sun begins to dip down below the horizon, you notice that the shadows once again kind of start to take on that kind of like lucidus property, and a phenomenon that you notice. Nara, are you going to stand in the circle?
Oh.
That's where the bears can't get you.
I can't stand in this circle, can I?
You're not technically undead, but you have been touched by the beyond.
Fuck.
Oh no, that extra guy we brought with us.
Well, thank God. I guess I'll stand just outside of it. Or wait, can I be in it?
I mean, you can. It might affect certain skill checks and certain types of your magic, though.
I will stay just outside then, since he's our bait. And I'll stick in the shadows here.
All right. Asma, are you going to stay up top?
Asmo is actually gonna kind of stay right there. And like,
So, still up top, just...
no, I just want to be the ability to jump down.
All right.
I ain't
As
staying
you-
up there.
as-
That much I know.
As you cast the magic circle, you do notice that the shadows within the circle itself kind of begin to fade. They are a less thick shadow than those that reside beneath the rocks that, as the full moon begins to slowly become the only true light in the sky, the shadows begin to darken.
Seeing Mage Arbor now, just so it said.
Sure thing.
And also doing a little sorcery point business.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. You begin to feel kind of like a cold chill sweep through the air for anybody who is outside of the circle. A sense of unease kind of starts to slink through your mind. Oh, also, Denier, you're up there, so you get a vantage on more space.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Right now I'm looking at the.
So how long are we supposed to wait?
Until it takes the bait, I guess.
Who wants to scout around around here right now?
Ooh, I'll do it.
There's a lot of fog of war right now, and I'm like, I feel like we need to clear that up.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, Nara's gonna.
Oh, how did you take the stairs all the way back?
Oh,
there?
yeah. She would have, because we have time. Sorry, that was just a.
Yeah.
Time jump.
Make sure to move in increments of
Oh, yes.
movement.
Okay. Moving over here.
All right, over there. Able to better see this.
Moving
And
over
this.
there. Further in to maybe see in the corner. Gooping around. Boop. Boop. Boop.
Nara, give me a Constitution save.
Oh, shit!
Oh, okay.
Not
No!
1, 8,
Oh,
not
fuck.
right.
As Nara rounds that corner, and you begin to kind of walk away, walk that way, a lot of you hear from Nara's position and Nara, you feel these large claws pull you into the shadow itself, and you take.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, give me just a moment. This is gonna be an attack that might not feel too good.
Probably not.
All right. +2. That is 35 necrotic damage
Oh!
as you are dragged into the shadow and
Nara!
placed elsewhere as ripping you forth from the shadow in a space that you are unfamiliar with. You now find yourself as your body convulses and rips with pain from the shadow, you find yourself face to face with a very tall, bone, skeletal creature cloaked in shadows. This creature is very large compared to you. Why is it trying to hide things and not reveal? As its claws rip you from the shadow in front of it.
Shit!
I want everybody to roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
fuck.
Bunnies. That's a real bad start. 9.
6.
Come
14.
on.
And our friend, who probably won't have much to do this combat, but
19.
chilling in that. For this sake, Fog of War
he's-
means you cannot see them, by the way. Like, if there's that bar of Fog of War there.
Shit.
Alright.
Necrotic doesn't work on undead, huh?
Not necessarily.
What?
Some creatures it does, some creatures it doesn't.
This one it will absolutely not.
If you believe so.
Bone.
Oh.
Alright. Asmo, you're the first one up.
Okay. Asmo, he just saw that she went down that direction, correct?
Yeah, the last you saw, Nara was down here. And then you just heard a... as
Well,
Nara
Asmo's
got
gonna-
ripped away.
Okay, then Asmo is going to move over to here. Asmo just slides down and goes, Nara! No, she's gone! Nara's gone!
Shit.
Asmo just yells, Nara!
Do I hear that?
Yes. Your ears are still kind of like... basically, your eardrums feel like they got popped when they were being pulled through the shadow like that. And obviously, your body is ringing with necrotic agony. But yeah, you hear that.
She'll try and respond with,
Asmo!
Do we hear that at all?
You do, and you got kind of a general sense of where they were through her pained yelp as she got ripped through the shadow. So you do hear her, like, relatively over here. You just can't see her.
After I move 20, am I able to double dash and use up my last action? Or do I have to declare a double move at the beginning of the turn?
You can use your second move since you don't have an action.
Then Asmo's going to just beeline it immediately towards
where
you
have 30 feet of movement.
Oh, I have oh, sorry, I already moved. Sorry, yeah, but it's true. Not 20, 30. So Asmo beelines it. Yep. Asmo beelines it immediately. Like Naruto running style.
Feeling. There you go.
There, good.
All right. Next up, we have Senior Boneman, who, now that you get a better look at him...
The bone.
Yeah, the claws at the end of its long, lanky arms seem to kind of undulate and shift as they lengthen themselves. He strikes towards you with his claws.
Shit.
That is... Sorry, it's actually... Why isn't it telling me? Okay. I'm going to guess a 14 misses.
With my BBBBB, mage armor puts it 13 plus dex, which is
Your dex
2.
is pretty good.
So 14. No, wait, 15.
Yeah, okay, so 14 misses.
Yes. Sorry.
But a 23 will hit.
Fucking A. Yeah.
All right. Here comes the pain. Burn. Burn, burn, Oof. That is
Oh wait.
24. Sorry, 29 slashing damage,
Hang on.
and you are considered
So-
grappled.
You said initially it was 35, and you said, correct? It was 35.
Yes.
I think I did my math wrong. Jesus. Oh, yeah, I definitely did my math wrong. Okay, so what is my damage this time?
29, and you are grappled.
Thank God I'm alive. Because otherwise I wouldn't have
this
been if I
thing-
didn't recheck my math.
As this thing like kind of shoots its first claw towards you, you're able to kind of dodge out of the way, but the second one strikes in from the side and stabs in through the side of your body and like lifts you up as it kind of holds you towards its eyes. These two little pinpricks of red malicious light staring down into your eyes. All right, that is its
not great.
turn. Denier, you're up.
All right, so Denier pulls out a magnifying glass. It begins to shine radiantly as I cast Sunbeam. I begin to emit a 30-foot radius sphere of bright daylight and an additional 30 feet of dim light.
Let me fix that for you. Where are auras? You said 30 feet of daylight.
And then an additional 30 feet of dim light.
Then 60.
All right, and I am going to
With
move.
that does change some shit. As you now have a light that is illuminating this space, these shadows are no longer shadows as they would be, though the ones... Funny enough, you are now a source of shadows and also something that eliminates shadows. So this is going to kind of... Your position will change how this battle works now.
Oh.
I was wondering about that.
And then I am going to move 5, jump, 10, 15. That's 20, 25, 30. And
It seems to kind of like hold up its hand towards this new source of light as it's glaring at you, Nara, distracted by this light.
I'm going to hold out my hand and I blast a 60-foot long, 5-foot wide beam of pure sunlight at it. My goal is to push it towards the backside away from Nara.
All right, is that going to be a roll to hit?
It is not. It is a Constitution saving throw, and if it's undead, it gets disadvantage.
All right, it is in fact undead. All right, first roll. Let me re-pull up this thing's stats.
DC 17 con save.
I had this thing somewhere. Well, the first one is a modified 20. Second roll at disadvantage. That's a failure.
It takes 27 radiant damage.
Fuck yeah.
That's beautiful.
All right, as it gets blasted by the sunlight that Denier is emitting through his magical magnifying glass, like a very large and angry ant. Holding its hand up, you can kind of see what flesh does cling to its bones begin to kind of like bubble and burn. All right.
I've got a beat on it. Watch the shadows. And I hold my turn. That's it for me for now.
Nara, you're up. Currently, you are grappled. If you wish to escape said grapple, that will be an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna go for acrobatics.
Also, it is blinded until my next turn, Lani.
Blinded until your next turn? That's good to know. 9 is not going to suffice, as you are essentially impaled on this thing's claws right now. You try to pull it yourself free while it's distracted, but it just kind of redoubles its effort. So you are still grappled. You may still attempt attacks on this thing, but you ain't going nowhere.
Shit. Well then, so I can attack from here?
You may.
And she's gonna fucking, let's do Scorching Ray at 5th level.
Scorching
At
ray.
like, it's, yeah. The little fireballs.
Actually, attempting to break free is an action.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, that's weird. But okay.
You
Wait.
still have a bonus action at least.
Then she will summon Whisper. If I can do that.
You find it a little difficult in the bright light, but luckily with light there also too must be shadow. And so the long shadow that you are casting in this little light, Whisper climbs forth from from
Just
and
looks down.
very angry.
Very
at the creature
sad.
that is holding you.
At it and just looks at Whisper and is like, help! And points at the bone thingy.
Whisper will do its damnedest to help. Missing on its first attack.
It does get advantage due to the fact that it's blinded.
Okay, then yes, the first attack is a hit.
Yay!
Whisper leaps up.
Blinded by the light.
Starts trying to rip at the leathery flesh clinging to this thing's bones. Trying to rip and tear at the bones themselves.
How tall is this?
This thing is approximately 8.5 feet tall.
Yikes. Okay.
Holy shit.
Bigger
Puff.
than the Great Khali. But
Yeah. Whisper's second attack. Also at advantage. Second one is not going to be a hit, though. As Whisper kind of rips and tears at this thing's limbs. trying its best to get you free, Nara. Wolfgang, you're up.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to run out 30 feet. I'm going to look at Podrick and be like, stay there!
Alright, I'll just wait here then. God damn it, why does it default to hide? Again? For fuck's sake. Wolfgang, you're super blind.
Hey! Alright. I can see this thing now. I'm going to pull out Requiem, and I'm going to fire off 3 Eldritch Blasts at this thing.
Nice.
Warlock did the thing. Go for it.
Help.
Here I go. And these are with advantage because it's blind.
Thank God.
Oh.
22.
Hell
hit.
yeah.
11 force damage.
Alrighty.
Number 2. 23.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
For 10 force damage.
Alright.
Give it a nap.
And number 3. 15?
Will not hit.
Ding.
Takes the first 2
Oh!
shots, and then it brings its arm up and...
Shit. This thing's wily! And I'm going to thrust my hand out, and sparkly, warm white light will envelop Nara. I will use 3 uses of my healing light to heal for 3d6. You heal for 13.
Thank God.
And
Still-
that
still rough, but we're better.
that will be my turn.
Alright. Podrick does as he's told and stands in the circle. Asmo, you're
Oh
up.
no.
Well, Asmo is... Okay. Asmo is just gonna keep running. Gotta keep on running. Gotta keep on running. Asmo's hearing the sound. Okay, hold on. If I move there, it's 20, and... Boom! Okay.
Alright. Stop when you get here.
Okay.
Because you have entered its space, this thing can use its reaction to make a claw attack.
Would love to see that. Okay, here we go.
As it's blindly flailing, let me do this at disadvantage. Alright, anything is worse than a nat 20.
Please don't be another nat 20.
27 to hit.
Oh my Christ! Yeah, even with
Oh,
my boost,
man.
even with my boost, I could not dodge that. So yeah, that he clotheslines me.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Lani, I would like to use a reaction.
What is your reaction?
I cast Silvery Barbs.
What does Silvery Barbs do? Now would be the time to tell me.
I can magically distract a creature, turning a moment of uncertainty into encouragement of another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll a d20 and then use the lower roll. So he would take that 27 and then roll an additional time. I can then choose a different creature I can see within range, and I can give that creature advantage on their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. I choose Nara, and I choose her next ability check.
Okay. So this thing needs to roll at an extra bit of disadvantage then, right?
The
Correct.
mythical
It-
super disadvantage.
It rolls.
My fingers and feet are crossed right now.
It rolls again. The 27 versus whatever it rolls next.
29 is its other roll.
Oh,
Then it's still a 27.
Okay.
Darn.
Sorry.
it's okay. Hey, you gave Nara.
A better
Advantage.
chance of getting not grappled.
Yep.
Okay.
So
But
I
now,
can't- I can't attack because I used my action, unless I have my offhand.
No, your offhand.
You have to
can-
swing first before
Yeah,
you use your
you have
offhand.
to
Gotcha.
attack
Okay, cool. That
before
ends
you
my
use your
turn.
offhand. 27 points of piercing damage, and Asmo 2 is now considered grappled.
Oh, yay!
As Nara is in its other hand, though, it cannot attack twice, because it can only use its second claw if it does not have something in its other hand. With that, it is now its turn. I'm going to
No.
make a intelligence check for it. Actually, no, this would be I guess a perception with disadvantage.
Let me
Both
see.
of those were pretty high. I'm trying to get it to figure out where the nearest shadow is, and it does figure it out.
No.
Gets to the shadow, and Nara and Asmo, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
I'd be more than
shit.
happy to. 17.
9.
Oh.
Asmo makes the save and is ripped free as this thing tries to leap into the shadow, but Nara once again is pulled into the shadow with the undead monstrosity. I'm trying
She
to
like
select
tries
two
to
things.
reach at Asmo as they're going in.
Oh,
too.
they're almost touching? Like, very
Yep,
close?
yep. Fingers just barely miss, and she gets ripped in.
And it pulls
Slow-mo last
itself
3
out
secs.
through the next nearest shadow at a distance that it can get to. Nara's going to take a chunk more damage here.
Not great.
Not great with that shadow jump. Da-da-da-da.
Wait, didn't you have advantage for another save?
Ability check, not save.
Oh.
And those were both 9s anyway, so good.
No,
to
no,
have
no, no.
for
That's
later.
why. That's why. Sorry, yes, I'm sorry. Just thinking.
At least these are lower rolls.
Yay.
Good. I might survive.
One would hope.
Those are very low, all things considered. That is 22 points of necrotic damage this time.
Oh. 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 Okay.
Considering what the average roll of that is.
Yeah. Not bad. And they will all hear very loudly, "Fuck!"
Emanating from the direction of Nara.
Since it's still in my light, do we have line of sight or no?
You don't have line of sight of the creature, but you have line of sights of... Actually,
30 feet.
Asmo,
Ha
Asmo would have line of sight on this when he hears
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Denier, the plateaus in the way kind of block your vision.
Okay.
With that, it is now your turn, Denier.
All right. Denier is going to turn, and he is going to, since he heard Nara yell, he is going to 5, 10, boop, 15, 20, and 25, 30. Is my line of sight, is this plateau still blocking my line of sight?
You can kind of see the tip of the creature's head from where you are.
Okay. Let me check Sunbeam because I think as an action I fire it. Let me see. Each creature. As your action. Okay. So I use a bonus action for Misty Step. 10,
Okay.
15, 20, 25, 30, and I will appear 5, 10, 15, 20. I will appear right here. That's a level
All right.
2 spell slot that just got burned. I will reach my hand out again, and I will blast this thing again.
All right, and that's a what type of saving throw?
It is a Constitution saving throw, DC 17 with disadvantage.
Well, that's a failure then.
It is going to take
Oh.
34 points of radiant damage,
Oh, yeah.
Big oof.
and it is blinded.
It shrieks in pain as it's literally blindsided by this scorching ray of light.
That is my movement, my action, my bonus action. I save my reaction and I end my turn.
All right, Nara, you're up.
Let's see. I have an advantage on my next ability thing, right?
Yeah, your next skill check, I believe.
And it would take acrobatics to get out, right?
Or athletics. I'm assuming acrobatics, given your build, but
Yeah, I'm a try. I'm a try. Come on,
Alright.
baby. Nat 2022.
with that, you're able to rip yourself free of its elongated finger spikes as you kind of plop down to the ground. It was kind of holding you 5 feet aloft, your feet dangling 5 feet off the ground. But as Denier blasts it with the sunlight, which is also very headache-inducing for you, by the way, a creature that is not used to bright
I'm like
light.
blinking really hard, like.
You gotta throw your shades on right now as you kind of crumple down to the ground, blood oozing from your stab wounds. But you are free.
She's. Can I? If I try and get away,
It attacks.
it
with
has an attack.
disadvantage.
I don't want to meta game here, but no,
But
I'll say
I'm about to.
Yeah, straight.
He says. Shit, Puff. What do?
It does attack with disadvantage if that.
That's true. Yeah. She's gonna, like, try and drag herself away as quickly as humanly possible, or drowly possible.
All right. Feeling that it's lost grip of its prey as you try to leave its zone, it will attempt to blindly flail at you.
Uh-huh.
That's an 18 to hit on the first one, but here's the disadvantage.
Come on.
It's the same roll it tried to make the first time. That is a 14 with your mage armor that will not hit.
Oh.
So as you're just getting away, you can feel its fingers kind of like brush through the back of your hair, and it almost gets a grip on your hair before you kind of like slip away and just kind of get out of its reach.
I'm gonna
She's
assume
like
it has long
army
alien
crawling
arms.
towards the steps and is like.
I know it's a skeleton, but I just feel like the first alien vibes real bad right now. With that one guy in the production area, as it comes down.
And Nara has escaped. Whisper, on the other hand, is angry. Angry kitty mom, who does nowhere near has enough speed to actually get all the
She
way
would
up
have
there. But
tried to get like up by Denier.
Whisper gets there. Oh, it already used its reaction, so it can't use another one. Haha.
Oh no.
Whisper gets there.
Oh.
Well, that just means that the creature cannot attack as Whisper gets
Oh,
into
oh.
its. Actually,
Good.
no, Whisper has lots of movement speed. It's a kitty.
Yes, it does.
Whisper can get there, and will ready attack next turn. Wolfgang, you're up.
Ah, Lord, where'd everybody go? Hi.
You can see Denier shining like a fucking beacon on like from where he's standing. So
Oh,
Who's the
God.
glowy boy now?
You are very impressive. Fuck. How am I supposed to get over there without stepping in any of these shadows?
Can't you dimension? Oh, sorry. You shut my mouth now.
Shush, shush.
I mean, he
Um,
actually he doesn't have his cape of the mountebank. So
Oh.
I mean, I guess
Yep.
you could still do it
JK.
as a spell, but warlocks have so very few of those.
mm-hmm. What to do? Hmm. Denier is shining from there, so the shadows are all pointing this way.
That's why I'm wondering how if the actual physical shadows on these little hills are factoring in.
No, I have to actually keep track of where the fuck Denier is now, which is... I didn't expect this to happen. I expected it to potentially happen with Wolfgang, which is why I'm like, okay, so these physical shadows don't mean shit anymore. So it's just wherever he is, whatever edges are beyond him, that is where shadows are now.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Anything out of his bubble, those physical shadows exist, though.
Gulp.
Well, I simply just don't know where to go. I don't see Nara, do I?
Honestly, yeah, you probably can't really see Denier from here, and, like, even looking at that area, while you are very used to staring into bright light, kind of hard to make out Nara's silhouette from, well, yeah, there's fucking rocks in the way and shit, so yeah.
Not to metagame or anything like that, but can't Wolfgang fly?
Only when you use special ability.
Oh,
yeah, okay. I can use Radiant Soul. That takes an action, and it might kill me now.
Oh.
So I'm monitoring how often I use that.
Don't do that.
So
don't worry about Radiant Soul itself killing you, but there may be special circumstances where if you have to push your power beyond plus ultra, shit might happen.
Oh boy. Gosh, okay, so he's there and he's shining the light from, what did you say, it was 30 feet out? An additional 30 feet?
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why that bubble is inaccurate. I entered it in as...
Right, I can't see the bubble, so...
Oh, I can see the bubble.
Yes,
Man, that's
okay.
So weird that you guys can't see it, but that the, like, camera can.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. Oh, God. Might just have to dash for it, then. I'm gonna do my level best to avoid more shadows. So... let's just go ahead and skirt along this.
I'll tell you that these areas, like right here, will be shadows. These areas would be shadows.
All right.
This area would be shadows, but anything in that little valley, that spot that you're stopping, no shadow.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to follow that exact path with a dash. I'm assuming I still can't see Nara.
From here, you might be able to. In fact, I'll just say that, like, being able to lean and peer around stuff, you probably can.
Okay. In that case, I will use 2 more uses of my healing light to heal for 2d6 for Nara.
Oh my god, bless you.
That's 10.
Thank God I might live.
That's a 10. And that'll be my turn.
While the internal bleeding continues, Nara, the blood stops seeping from your flesh wounds as they begin to scab over with the healing light of Wolfgang.
She raises a really weak thumbs up, gives a little grin like, they took the bait.
Padre hearing all of these monstrous sounds around him, noticing that everybody just kind of ran off without him, just kind of like hunkers down and starts hugging his knees, sitting on the rock.
Oh, poor baby.
It'll be fine.
You'll be safe. Just stay ready.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Asmo, you're up.
Alrighty, so I've been thinking about what to do for a while here. So Asmo's gonna move up 30. Sorry, shoot. I need to Sorry. For spacing? Oh, there we go. Right there. Sorry, it always throws me here. So do I have line of sight where I'm at right now?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see everything.
I can see that fucker. Okay, good, because I got something for him. Asma throws Kabuto.
The icy blade of Kabuto flies forth. Go ahead, roll the hit.
29.
29 will hit, and then roll the additional d6 because the thing is broken for some reason.
Yep. Okay, 9 damage plus 3 cold.
Nice.
All right, the cold damage seems to have no effect. I guess I didn't need you to roll that d6. That's my bad.
Perfect.
Gotcha!
But the blade itself does kind of slice through the side of its skeletal face. It now has kind of a divot cut in the under part of its cheek.
It has no blood, but it can do its version of bleed.
Go ahead and give me a acrobatics check really quick, or a sleight of hand check, as you will, to catch Kabuto as it flies back to your hand.
You want me to roll a what check?
Acrobatics or sleight of hand for you to catch
Thank you.
Kabuto.
Acrobatics, 27.
Easy enough. It just flies back. Tink! You catch it.
Excellent. I guess that's my only attack I can do at range, so...
Yeah, and you can continue doing it so long as you catch Kabuto.
All right, sweet. So essentially, I'm running while it's coming back for like I'm
catch
Captain
it, you
Boomerang.
spin in the air and you throw it again.
And
Boomeranging it back and forth.
Oh,
Go ahead
Captain
and-
Boomerang the shit out of this right now. Again, 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and... Oh, wait, that was Chimera that you...
Oh, wrong one, wrong weapon. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. My bad. Might be. 18, all the same.
It still hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that one on the other side too. That's funny.
10 points of damage.
All right.
Roll for cold.
And
Cold.
don't bother. Cold does nothing to
Oh.
it.
It's immune to cold.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and give me
Okay.
another acrobatics check.
Oh, 12.
That's still within the margin of error from the
Oh my
space that
gosh.
you're throwing it from. So yeah, you catch it.
Wow.
Beautiful. And I got I got one more attack,
Go for
I
it.
guess, because I'm not in close combat. So I'm gonna assume I only got 3 with this bad boy.
Correct.
And so Asmo just spin like a Beyblade. 28.
28 also hits.
Boom. 8 points of damage.
All right, and roll to catch Kabuto.
I'm more than happy to. Got him. 29.
Nice.
Yeah, so you throw it, slices through the side of its cheek, flies back, you catch it, you throw it again, cuts through it, cuts a divot out of its shoulder, catch it again, throw it, cut off a few of its ribs, a few of its lower right ribs.
Perfect. Ends my
It begins
turn.
to kind of like flail at whatever it can around it. This thing is still blind, right?
Correct.
All
It is
right.
blind until my turn.
Can it perceive where shadows are? No, that is a very low roll at disadvantage. So no, it does not know where the nearest shadow is, so it cannot escape via those, so it will attempt to attack whatever is nearby, which is Whisper. Claws, that's a nat 1. Whisper is easily able to dodge out of the way. We'll then attempt a second strike. That's a 30 to hit. But at disadvantage, it is not able to get a grip on Whisper. This thing's just flailing wildly. Its claws stretching. It's kind of like even trying to do this like whirlwind thing, but it's just doing nothing as Whispers is bouncing back and forth, like just diving out of the way as Kabuto is slicing in and out of it. Denier, you're up.
Turn 3. Pop, pop.
Pop, pop, watching bones
Oh!
drop.
DC 17 con save with disadvantage.
Wow.
Oh man, we came in here
Pass
with
on
a
the
fucking
first
plan.
attempt. A miss on the second. As
It takes...
as another beam of searing light fires directly into its eyes. You can see its eyeballs begin to sizzle. It begins flailing everywhere. This thing is, 29 points of radiant damage. This thing is not in a good way right now.
Yep, and it is most definitely blinded as well. I end my turn.
Nara.
It looks very hurt currently.
Its eyes are all but singed out of its skull as it's just kind of like flailing wildly and weakly.
Huh.
If this thing hadn't hurt you so much, you'd almost feel pity for it, but no.
Nah. I'm gonna do Scorching Ray at level 5.
Do it to it.
Oh, why didn't you? Oh, yes. I get to do one additional ray for each slot above second.
Why does it say there's a save DC? I think that one was entered wrong because I'm pretty sure these
Oh.
are spell attacks.
So then I
Yep.
get... Yeah, I don't know why that's there.
You get 6 rays, and they're all at advantage.
Sick. Wait, why does it not... Oh, so I'm just doing D6, yeah?
You're
For each-
essentially you're essentially doing. Do you have? God, yeah. It should.
Check.
Like, at the very least, these things should be on your little attack bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me go to the attack bar and try and click that
Yeah,
one.
see, attacks and spellcasting right in the middle of your sheet.
Wait,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
19 will hit.
19 will hit. Wait. 3 fire damage.
You pop it. It like singes straight into the knee, and the joints in the knee just kind of like pop like popcorn as it buckles down to its other knee.
Nara was like army crawled barely up, and she like pops off the first one, and as she keeps firing these, she's like slowly getting to standing.
All right, go ahead and fire your next one.
27,
Also hits.
7 fire damage.
How would you like this thing to die?
Oh,
I would like to send the fireball into its mouth and explode its head.
It looks up as its knee explodes into like a fiery, collagen-y popcorn of destruction as its leg bone just kind of shatters beneath its weight. It looks up. What remains of its eyes almost look as though they're staring directly at you as it screeches. A ball of fire leaves your hands, enters its mouth. Everything but the top part of its skull explodes. Its bottom jaw, its teeth fly everywhere, its body crumples down and sizzles into ash as the eyes, 2 pinpricks of red light, fade. The top part of its skull, the only thing remaining in the dirt and sand. And here's where we will end today's session.